What a set of games last night. Let's just start with the New York Knicks Philadelphia Sixer game.
Let's start there. Let's start with the fact that the Sixers thought they had it in the bag. How about that?
I know, poor thing. Here's the deal though. There was a foul that was not called,
That's correct.
but I can venture to say throughout the entire game, the refs were swallowing the whistle. So why would they get really strict on foul calling at the end of the game? Players always say, don't let the refs control the game
Right,
or decide the outcome of the game.
right.
Why? I mean, this isn't this what you guys want?
No, not when they believe that the call would have been in their favor. No, that's my point. So that statement that players say, and they hate that and even the fans, I hate that they're always blowing the whistle. Well, when they don't blow the whistle and the call is not in your favor, then you can't say the statement. It's not true. If it's not absolutely true, then it can't be true at all. Because the Knicks fans have no problem with the call.
Right.
They don't have
Oh,
no problem, none. And neither does Dante DiVincenzo. No problem.
no problem whatsoever. What about the guts it took for him to shoot that last second shot after he had just missed a 3-point shot from the corner?
Just,
How
just
about he
missed it.
relocated to the top of the key and was like, let me try this one more again?
No, not only that, but the fact that his teammates trusted him enough to do it again. Because
Yeah.
technically they could have been like, nah, bruh, you missed that last one. That's why we in this situation right now anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I loved every bit of it. And so I'm just saying, you know what? At this point, no lead is safe. That's what
No.
Game 2 of the 2024 playoff series in round 1 proved to me. No lead is safe. None. Zero. I don't care how far up you are. It's not safe.
Yeah. But DiVincenzo hit the game winner. But for me, my player of the game was Josh Hart, right? His hustle, his defense, his timely 3-point shots, his mid-range game, his rebounding. I mean, it was so perfect for the city of New York. The Knicks fan base, they love that type of hustle and scrap. He fits
Right.
in so well with the New York Knicks.
Yeah, no, I think it's really about the culture. And I think it also matters that he's playing with dudes that he's played with when they were in college. All of that chemistry means a lot. And I think that New York fan base won't have it any other way. Either you're going to hustle or you're going to get booed. So,
That
I
is
love it.
correct.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know what? I would have to agree. So I agree with you on Josh Hart. But my player of the game was Tyrese Maxey on the Sixers. When I just tell you that he is stepping up even with a wobble Joel Embiid, I promise you that the best point guard on the court was Tyrese Maxey. I'm sorry. He was balling last night.
He was. And speaking of Joel Embiid, though, we got to stop this. Now, he was effective, right? He scored 30 odd points, had like 10, 12 rebounds. Okay, that's fine. But he is not the same player. He's almost in
Oh.
the way. He falls down every time he touches the ball. He got to stay on his feet. That's why we're in the position that he's in right now with his knee reconstructed. He
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And now that the Sixers are down 0-2 to the New York Knicks, yeah, they get a chance to go home. But guess what? Joel Embiid's knee is not going to get 100% overnight.
No, it's not. And if you watch the game, you notice he doesn't get back on defense quickly at all. He's literally pedestrian walking, like he's speed walking back on defense. He's too compromised, right?
Yes.
So even I said it in the previous discussion we had. Joel Embiid 70% is gonna give you his point. He gonna give you what he gonna give you. He gonna make it happen. He gonna do double digit in points, but he's not effective overall. Because as we can see, had Joel Embiid been at least 100%, the Sixers would have won that game. It wouldn't have been
Yes. Yes. He's not able to get the rebounds like he normally
no.
does. He doesn't catch any lobs. He's barely, I don't know how he gets his points, honestly, because he is so ineffective out there. To me, I'm just not used to seeing him playing this way. And if it were a regular season, I don't think he would be out there.
No, not at all. And I understand the stakes are so high, But what good is it going to be for the Sixers to have him play on a bum knee, right? And they even, if they were to win round one, go to the next round, eventually they're going to go home.
Yeah.
So why don't they just go ahead and let him rest for the next few games, right? And then if the Sixers advance to the semi-conference finals, then maybe he plug him in. Maybe see what you can get then. But right now, especially since he re-injured it in game one, like, nah, you got to sit him down, right? I think now it's almost giving me Isaiah Thomas, almost.
Yeah, it is. And that's not going to be good because Joel Embiid is every bit of 300 pounds. Little Isaiah was probably 150, 160. All of that
Right,
pressure and pounding, I'm not an
right.
orthopedic surgeon, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't sign off on this.
No, no, no. No, and I was listening to Stephen A. Smith talk this morning, and he was at the game, and he said Joel Embiid's knee is so wrapped up, it looks like it has ice, wrapped in ice. That's how many bandages they have around his knee. How are he going to perform that way?
That's terrible.
No, it's really bad. It makes me sad to see him out there laboring. Number one, he's not in shape. Let's just call it that. And then number two, he's injured. Like, you know what, Joel
Yeah.
Embiid, I know. At this point, it's pride. I get it, pride. I mean, he got. And I'm gonna need the other people besides Tyrese Maxey to step it on up. Come on now, y'all.
Eh,
Why he got to kill it? I just can't. I
they
can't. So
they they have no help. Joel Embiid
none.
and Tyrese Maxey have zero help from Tobias Harris, Paul Reed,
Mm,
or anybody else that checks into the game.
absolutely, absolutely. And I know Kyle Lowry does his best, but
Mm. Yeah, that's another one.
yeah,
Can't stay on his feet.
too much. And then had the nerve to be. I'm sorry. Then had the nerve to be helped to the bench. If you gonna
Oh,
get your roly poly butt, I'm freaking him
did
flopping and
you see?
dangling.
Did you see that? I said, "What's going on?" I thought he had kind of threw up because when you get to a point of exhaustion.
Right?
I
Was
did
he
not.
pushed by Joel Embiid?
I saw that. I saw
I
that.
can't. I said, you know what? Let's see again. I'm gonna need the Sixers. I'm gonna need them to step it up because I can tell you right now, the Knicks, they came to play. I cannot wait for Game 3 to be in Philly to see what that is gonna look like. But I can tell you, I'm feeling it's gonna be a repeat. It's gonna be a repeat of what we just saw because Joel Embiid is not 100%, and
Okay.
the success of the Sixers rely on Joel Embiid.
Yes. Now, can we talk about Nick Nurse calling timeout on the sideline and the refs looking him off? I know they saw him. But they did
I
not
don't know.
grant them the timeout.
No, they did not. They did not. I feel bad for. I'm sorry, Nick Nurse. You should have. He probably should have just flailed his hands. Did some cartwheels or something. I guess maybe their view was blocked. I don't know. Could have been the
Mm.
case. Maybe they did not see him
Well, it definitely
because
was a lot
if you
going on.
remember, that's my point. There was so much going on at the time he was calling timeout. They weren't focused on the coaches on the sideline. They were so busy looking at the melee that was happening on the court. So they probably didn't see him.
Well,
At
I
the
think
end
it's
of the
under.
day, they didn't win the game. And if you're waiting for the last seconds of a game to determine your outcome, then you've already lost. You cannot leave the game to the refs. We just talked about it, and here we are leaving the games to the refs, right? So,
But okay, there are 3 referees. Somebody
yeah,
has to be monitoring whether the coaches need a timeout or not. I think it was unacceptable. I agree with Joel Embiid, but I also agree with Charles Barkley in his post-game comments about Joel Embiid being the leader and him
yeah,
holding his head down like that.
yeah,
If I'm following, I'm the 6th person off the bench. I'm looking at my leader in Joel Embiid. I need you to be standing up tall, addressing the media, not your head down, hand on your
right,
forehead. You look
right,
defeated.
right. Well, I don't know why we're so surprised. Joel Embiid has shed a tear in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he will.
So why would we think he would do anything different than what that's true to form for Joel Embiid? Nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. They're not gonna overturn the call. Y'all lost the game. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. So guess what? You lit a fight another game. The series is still fresh. You can always go 2-2 at home. You can always tie the series up at home. Always.
Okay. So the New York Knicks got the victory, 104 to 101 in the final seconds. And there was another nail biter that took place last night, and we got to touch on it. The Los Angeles Lakers and the Denver Nuggets game was the perfect icing on the cake for me to end my night. I mean, you talk about NBA playoff basketball. The Denver Nuggets stormed back from 20 points down. I mean, how did they manage to do that against GOAT James himself?
Because once again, GOAT James was tired. He let up in the third quarter, and here we are. You cannot, not with the skillful Nikola Jokic, and it's funny enough, Jamal Murray hit that final shot knowing his shot wasn't hitting all night. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
I'm just like, so yeah, you cannot let up, you cannot rest, you just can't do it. And so when you do that, 20 points, Nikola Jokic walked them down to 10 points. That's
by
why I said
himself.
no leadership. By himself.
Yeah. I was so happy for Jamal Murray because, yeah, he talked about it too post game about his teammates saying, you know, you got to keep shooting, you got to keep shooting. Hey, we're still behind you. You got to keep shooting. And boy, did he do it? I mean, it was like perfect timing. I mean, down to the final buzzer.
Final buzzer. It was so electric. It was so satisfying too because I said the game has to be over. I mean, again, I will never believe that in the playoff situation because no lead, zero lead is safe. And anytime you got the best player on the planet right now, in Nikola Jokic, walking down. Now I will give AD his props. He was balling last night. And
first three quarters.
Nikola Jokic, let me finish. He was balling last night because Nikola Jokic couldn't get himself together. So he did that. But you cannot let up off him. And I think the Denver Nuggets knew that, and not only did they know that, but also Michael Malone knew it as well because he switched who was guarding who. I said, see, that's what I'm talking about. Now KCP was on LeBron, and LeBron probably was like, oh, this little what?
Yeah.
KCP. Yeah, and what happened? Next thing you know, Nikola Jokic in the next 8 possessions dominated and brought the score down within 10. I'm like, what? And before I knew it, the Nuggets was up. How they do that? With a 20-point lead from the Lakers.
Hey,
they're not ready. They're not ready. And you cannot have your two main physical dominant players in LeBron James and Anthony Davis fizzle out in the fourth quarter again. Y'all gassed again? Come on.
Well, you know, there is the elevation. And there is championship head coach Michael Malone going up against an inexperienced Darvin Ham. I mean, it is what it is. I saw Darvin Ham standing on the sidelines with his hands in his pockets, looking as shocked as some of the fans in the stands. You, as the coach, players should be looking towards you for reassurance for the next gameplay. Like, what are we running, coach? AD said post game, there are a lot of times during the game where we don't know what we're doing on both sides of the basketball. How does that happen in the playoffs when you have the head coach standing on the sideline, when you have GOAT James, 21 years in the league, as Reggie Miller kept telling us all night long? How does that happen? It shouldn't happen. And unfortunately for Darvin Ham, he's going to take the fall for this. They tried to blame it on D'Lo last game. D'Lo came back balling, hit 7 3-pointers right out the gate. They have to blame it on somebody, and they will never point the finger at LeBron James. I think we all know that. It's all clear. Darvin Ham will not be the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, regardless of whatever happens this season.
Oh, absolutely, 100%, 100%. I hope when he gets back, when they get to LA, they should be in LA now. He should be somewhere in his office, slowly packing up his drawers. Absolutely. Yeah, slowly. I'm taking down photos. Yeah. It's a wrap. And if they get swept, it's going to be the same day. It's a wrap. Let me tell you something, though. See, this is my issue. Now, if you are a true leader, hence everybody says, you know, LeBron James is the true leader. Why is he not making sure that they prevail? Why isn't he doing it?
Mm-hmm.
See, the reason why he's not is because he knows that the role players that they have on their squad is not enough for them to win a championship. It's not enough. Who else is going to be as physical and as dominant, semi-dominant, second-tier dominant, even third-tier dominant than LeBron James and AD? Somebody got to do it. The Nuggets got several people that can come in and make it happen. You mean to tell me they can't? Physical? No. So, again, I do expect more from LeBron James. There is no way he can be a GOAT and not be a leader at the same time. We always looking for a leader. Who's the leader? Well, who's the leader of the Lakers? Who is it? Is it LeBron James or is he just the GOAT? Which one is it? Because we get mad at Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard's not a leader. But right now, I'm sorry, is LeBron James the leader? Because if that's the case, I don't know why he's not in the huddle drawing plays. Why he not? Why he ain't in Coach Ham's ear saying this is what we should be doing? Why he can't do that? They respect him so much he can get away with it. This is what I'm trying to say. He can get away with it. With his high basketball IQ, he should be able to. As a matter of fact, if he didn't want to be the one to do it on the sideline, him and Coach Ham should be somewhere at brunch right now and LeBron James should be telling him what to do, and Coach Ham should just be executing it. Are you serious? People do that in corporate all the time. The leaders are not the ones that are making the plays or making the calls. You mean to tell me he can't do it as the GOAT, as the leader? Come on, I'm done. I'm sick of this excuses.
Well, the Lakers got to figure out a way to get more help from the others, right? Now, D'Lo redeemed himself, but Rui Hachimura, 37 minutes, 3 points. Austin Reeves, 32 minutes, 9 points. Christian Brown, off of the Nuggets bench, outscored the entire Lakers bench all by himself with 10 points. That can't happen in the playoffs. Now, Rui Hachimura, he's a really good regular season player. Austin Reeves, he has the potential he has the clutch gene, in my opinion. Because we saw it in the in-season tournament. We saw it last season in the postseason. But I don't think he's getting the opportunities that he had last season. Plus, everybody knows that he's a baller, right? So I can lock down on Austin Reeves. But Rui Hachimura, at his size, 6'10", he was missing so many layups. He's just not ready for the moment.
Yeah, it's too big for him. It's too big for him. But why is it too big for him and it wasn't too big for Christian Brown last season? Is it the environment? Again, y'all, it's more than just, do you really have it? Is it the environment? There's something lacking in the chemistry that is on the Lakers. Something's lacking. I don't know what it is, but I don't know why some players can go out there and ball even though they're rookies or, they don't really get that much play, and then all of a sudden they have an opportunity and others don't. I guess they just don't have that dog in them, I guess not.
Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to. So, Denver Nuggets get the victory, 101-99 in the final seconds, thanks to Jamal Murray, who was 9 for 24 from the field, but hit that dagger at the end.
But let me tell you, and it's so funny, I don't even know how LeBron James missed that three-pointer. He's been shooting them all night.
Did you see that?
He shot them all night. Again, you got to make sure your shot go in when it matters the most, and that's when it matters the most. Why you just didn't drive to the lane? You've been driving to the lane all night. Was that a lazy decision that he made? And then the whole part about it, nobody contested it. They're like, go, LeBron, go.
Yeah, I know. I think there's a couple of things. Throughout his career, he's been afraid to go to the free throw line in the final seconds because he doesn't want all the attention on him if he misses, right? Because we already said he likes to deflect blame. We know that. But he was hitting the three-point shot, but nobody was guarding him. He could have at least stepped into a mid-range. It would have been just fine. And he had nerve to hold his hand up in a pose as if it was going in, as if he was Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, how they used to do. They used to hit daggers all the time. So I don't know what LeBron is thinking. But what I do know is when they go back to Los Angeles, after the way that him and AD stormed out of the post-game conference, I'm expecting them to get the win in Game 3.
Oh, and wouldn't that be nice? That's fine. It'd at least be a nice way to get a gentleman's sweep. They still going home. I'm sorry. If they don't get some energy in the fourth quarter, I don't care if they at home. Maybe they'll feel better because they'll be at home, and maybe the role players will really be engaged. But I don't know. I don't put nothing past. And if they were to win, I'll be happy for them. That's great. I'm still not hopeful that they'll win the series.
Nah, Nuggets are clearly the better team.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
wait.
there was a third game on NBA TV that I bet 10% of the population was watching. It was the Cavs and the Magic. The Cavs were able to go up 2-0, 96-86. But why the NBA put them on NBA TV and have all the other games on TNT where everybody is watching?
Because they didn't want nobody to watch that game. And I'm sorry, the game. We already know that. You know what? Cavs in 4. I don't know what else to say. I watched a little bit of it, but I got so sidetracked. It's just, the moment is too big for the Magic, and you know what? At least they get this experience, and then they'll live to fight another day. That's how I look at it. They'll live to fight next season. They got some stuff they can
Yeah,
really work
I had the
on.
Magic coming out of this series, but I may have to rework that assumption.
The Magic is not coming out of this series.
No, they look inexperienced against the Cavs, and rightfully so. They are inexperienced. Like, how do you take that away from them? But this is a great experience for them to take it to the post to next season, as you mentioned, and then maybe they can make some noise then.
Right, exactly. Oh no, totally. All hope is not lost. They'll be fine, just not fine this year.